Well, hello everyone, and welcome to today's presentation, How to Prepare RealCare Baby for Summer Break. My name is Emily Kuhn, and I'm on the marketing team here at RealityWorks. Before we get started today, I'd like to introduce our co-presenter, Samantha Forehand. Samantha is RealityWorks Marketing Communications Manager, and she has worked with RealCare Baby users for over 10 years. She has a breadth of knowledge on this topic and loves talking to educators with babies, so I'm really excited to hear what she has to say today. Before we get started, I want to let everyone here know that we will be posting a recorded version of this webinar on our website, as well as including it in a follow-up email to all attendees. We'll also be sending all attendees a link to a certificate of completion, as well as a few key resources that we're going to talk about today. Finally, I just want to let everyone know that we want to hear from you. We'll be answering questions at the end of our presentation today, so please feel free to note any questions or concerns you have and be prepared to ask them at the end. All right, well, for those of you just joining us, welcome again. I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Samantha Forehand, who is our Marketing Communications Manager.
Well, thank you, Emily. And again, everybody, welcome to today's webinar. We really enjoy this topic because we have heard from so many customers some great questions about RealCare Baby. We have talked to our product support team, our manufacturing team, our account managers to really find out what are those pain points that educators have with RealCare Baby, especially going into summer. And we've taken all these ideas and created this webinar, and we really hope it's beneficial for all of you. RealityWorks has been around for over 20 years, and we've had a lot of different versions of Baby. So a lot of this information will be very relevant for everybody, and I think that can really help your program and prepare you for summer break, and then also prepare you for moving into the next school year. So just to go over a little bit about what the webinar will cover, first of all, we're going to jump into preparing RealCare Baby program for summer. So this is going to be preparing your entire program. What do you need to think about with inventorying your items, and what additional items should you order to prepare for next fall? Then we're going to jump into RealCare Baby and what you can do with your baby to be ready for the next school year. And as we talk about some of these tips, we're going to talk about our RealCare Customer Advisory Board, which is a board of 10 educators from around the country who have used the program for several years. And we're going to reference a lot of their key ideas as well, including storage ideas. That is a big pain point because Baby comes with a lot of supplies. So what are some of those great ideas from those customers to help store and organize your materials? Emily is going to jump into some resources that we have here at RealityWorks that you can use to really start the fall school year. Some great curriculum items your first 2 weeks of school. And then finally, we want to touch on what's new from RealityWorks. We are a growing company. We have some exciting new products, and we want to give you a preview of some of those. So first of all, preparing your RealCare program for summer. So when we think about the program, we think about all of it that entails, not just the physical baby. So preparing the program, first thing we suggest you do is inventory your items. Pull out your baby, pull out the supplies, pull out any accessories you have, and simply lay them out and start to make a list of what each of the items is that you need to run a successful program. Write this down and document it. Then you'll be able to see, what am I missing? What do I need to order, and so on. We suggest you create an inventory sheet that you can use year after year. And we do have a program inventory guide that we use here at RealityWorks for customers that call in. And we're going to make sure we get each of you a copy of this so that you could use it. This guide really goes over identifying which babies you have, so you know if you have the most current version, your program materials that you need, storage options, additional products, and so on. So we'll get you a copy of this, but you could make your own as well if you have additional items not shown here, such as strollers and car seats and so on. Another tip we have as while you're inventorying your items is take photos. This can be really helpful. If you haven't used the program in 4 or 5 months, you might just need a refresher of what are those pieces that should go with each of your babies or your full program. Additionally, this can be really helpful if you have a sub or if you have student helpers. A great reference guide of what those items are needed to run a program. And while you're going over each of your items, this is when you're going to notice that you're short on wristbands or a baby's missing a bottle or a diaper. And you can go and order those supplies now so you have them before you start the school year. A great tip that some people aren't aware of is we have an online store. If you go to realityworks.com, in the corner there's a button that says store. Click on that and you can order any of your curriculum, your DVDs, accessory supplies, and so on, conveniently from our store, and we can get those shipped out in a couple weeks for you. Just a really great tip so that you're not scrambling next fall. Have all those items that you're going to need. Another thing you can do to prepare your RealCare program is go out on our website through our product support area. We have a really great product support area. We worked closely with our support team to hear what are those questions that educators like you are asking, what are they looking for on our website, and we compiled it into one area of our website. A big question is, where do I get the software? You have the program, you come back from summer break, and your software is not on your computer because your IT team wiped them clean. We have those listed right in this product support area, free downloads for you if you have the program. Also, we have some great guides out there, a quick start guide, an in-depth control center software guide. Those are available right in that area. And then one of our product support members, Nate, actually recorded his top questions he gets in a video format. You can physically see some of those items that you're going to need and get those questions answered. It's great to familiarize yourself with this now if you have 10, 15 minutes to go out there so that you know what you can reference come the fall. Next, we're going to talk a little bit more specifically about your RealCare Baby and what you can do to prepare baby so that it's ready and clean and ready to deploy that program. So first of all, a big tip is clean your babies. We all know that baby has a computer inside and you can't stick it in the wash or in a sink full of water. But what you can do is you can wipe them down with soap and water. We also suggest wipe them down with disinfectant wipes. This is something you could do every time it comes back from a simulation experience. The students are touching it, their family's touching it. Wipe it down with those disinfectant wipes. Those are very good with uses on our vinyl, plus it keeps the babies clean. Some other cleaning solutions you could use, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser works great for some of those grimy areas of the vinyl. And another tip from our manufacturing team is acne cream. They use acne cream on some of the pen marks that they see with babies that come in for repairs. They'll put a little bit of acne cream on it. They'll lay it out on a picnic table in the sun or underneath some overhead lights for a day or two, and it will lighten up some of those hard to erase areas. You can also just use warm water and dish soap and a rag to wipe your baby down. And then we have a plethora of other options that we've learned from educators that work well right in our support area. Another thing people really aren't aware of is that you can clean the supplies. The clothing and the diapers are washable. They are safe to go in your washing machine. Rinse them, just put it on a cold cycle, and you could just tumble dry on low. Another suggestion is instead of tumble drying on low, if you have the time, lay them flat to dry or hang to dry. That's just going to create some longevity for those clothing and diapers, less killing if you're not drying them each time. But the supplies are perfectly fine to go into your washing machine. Another thing with preparing your baby is to really understand how you maintain your batteries. The batteries can last 6-7 years, and if you follow some of these tips, it can be really beneficial for the batteries in your babies. First of all, if you plug in baby overnight, you should unplug it in the morning. This is very similar to any electronic that you might have. You don't want to leave it plugged in for a really long period of time. So plug it in for your experience and then unplug it. Additionally, if you are not going to be using baby for several months, 3-4 months, we suggest you do plug it in that time frame, even if it's just for a couple of hours. So if you haven't used your babies since April and you're not planning on using them again until September or October, make sure you give it a charge somewhere in that span of 3-4 months, just by plugging it in. And then finally, as we said earlier, don't leave them plugged in for extended period of time. So similar to leaving them unplugged and plugging them in once over those 3 months, don't just leave them plugged in for those 3 months. That can really drain those batteries, and they're not going to last as long if you're not maintaining them. In our RealCare program storage ideas, just like a real baby comes with a lot of stuff, and it's hard to keep it organized. But we have some really great ideas from some of our educators, from our product support team, and what we offer here at RealityWorks. So first of all, when you're thinking about RealCare Baby, some tips from our product support team is they want you to be aware of the environment that you're storing your baby in. First of all, it's a great idea to store them in plastic bags. When you receive the babies, they came in plastic bags. Save these, put the baby back in those when you're storing them. It's going to help keep them clean and dry from any environmental things around them. We also really suggest that you store them indoors. Storing them indoors is going to help keep that kind of room temperature with the babies. What can happen is if they're in high heat or in high cold, they can actually have condensation build inside of them. And you want to give them time to have that dry up before you use them. So if you can't store the baby indoors or in kind of a regular temperatured environment, when you take them out of storage, you should leave them for about 24 hours before you use them. So pull them out of storage, let them sit for a good day or two, and then they should be ready to be plugged in, charged, and used for your program. When it comes to storing the baby and all of its supplies, we had a few great educator ideas. The first one is the first picture that has clear plastic bins. These are a great way to keep your babies clean, a great way to keep them dry, and a great way to organize each of your items. You can look inside, see which baby it is. You can see in those bins they have the supplies that you need, the diapers, the bottles, the IDs. And as your students check them out, you can really just hand them a bin. They can go on their way. When they come back, they can put it back in the bin. So it's a great way to stay organized, plus to keep babies in a clean environment when you're storing them. The other picture, the teacher does it slightly different. She has a bin for each baby, but then she has bins for all of their supplies. This is a way to keep her pieces organized and save a little bit more space, not needing as large of bins. Same idea, her students come up and take an item from each bin and take their baby, and they're on their way, and then she restores it in this area. We really like these ideas. It's a great way to keep your stuff organized, plus keeping babies in a safe environment. Now, RealityWorks listened to these pain points over the years, and we created our own options that have been available for sale. We have the 20 baby storage cart, and we have the 5 baby storage case. Well, both of these allow for charging of your babies and allow for storage of your supplies and accessories. The cart can store 20 babies and has 2 drawers for those additional accessories. It is lockable, it's on wheels, and can be easily moved around. Now the case can hold 5 babies and all of their accessories. It's almost like a larger suitcase. But both of these options have wires through them, so you can plug your babies into these and then plug that case or that cart right into the wall to charge them. Now, if you have either of these options, or if you're looking to get them, you do want to make sure you don't leave that cart charging or plugged in over the summer break, because that would really not be good for the battery maintenance, as we discussed earlier. And I'm going to pass it over to Emily to give you some really great resources, free resources we have for you to help jump that school year next fall.
Thanks, Samantha. Well, as Samantha said earlier, preparing now for the 2017-2018 school year it's just a win-win. It'll help you, it'll help your program, it'll help your students, it'll help everyone. So now that we've given you a few great tips for getting prepared for that school year, we want to share with you a few key resources to help you really jumpstart that school year. So the first resource I want to share with everyone today is our free career exploration curriculum. We created this because we know how important it is for you to provide those career exploration opportunities to give your students a chance to really find out what they might like to pursue. What's more, we know that today's students need to be able to connect what they're learning to the real world and really understand the relevance of those lessons you're teaching. So we put together 6 lessons that address careers related to childbirth, substance abuse prevention, infants and education and health and human services, and more. Each of those 6 lessons does use our various RealCare hands-on learning tools like Baby, plus a few of our other ones to jumpstart that conversation. And it's really beneficial if you have those products, but they're not needed to use this curriculum. You can go ahead and find it, go on our website, and we've shared the link right there, and take a peek at these lessons. You can use all 6 of them. You can use just a few of them if you know you're going to be addressing these topics. We've really tried to make this as easy as possible a resource for you to use to jumpstart your program. We've included in each lesson details like the objectives, any student activities, required materials that you might need, preparation steps, class time, and more. So again, these are just easy to use, ready for you on our website. Again, they're free. And you could find yourself with all of a sudden a week or 2 worth of lessons ready for the fall, ready to get going. Another resource we wanted to share with you today was our free lessons on integrating social media into the classroom. Now, unlike that career exploration curriculum that we just talked about, these lessons are designed for you, the educator, to show you how you might use the most popular social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube in your classroom to not only engage your students, who we know are already on those outlets, but to really boost your own lessons, stay up to date on research and trends, etc. So we've created these 5 lessons dedicated to those various outlets to help you learn how to use them. They can provide ideas both for the classroom and for yourself to, again, give your program a boost. We recommend you go onto our website, take a peek at those, whether you use all 5 or just 1 or 2. These lessons are a great resource for you to get some ideas you can use right away in the fall. And in fact, we wanted to take a moment to share some examples that we see on social media every day. On your screen in front of you are some screenshots from Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. And in particular, the Twitter one I wanted to show you. That is a tweet from a high school that shared an image, as you can see, of their students interacting with RealCare Baby. And what they did was really interesting. Not only did they use the RealCare Baby hashtags that allow them, of course, to connect with other RealCare Baby users, but they tagged a local news station in that tweet to try to generate some media for their program. Social media can be a wonderful way to connect with your community, to share what you're doing in the classroom with the world, as well as to engage your students and learn about other topics you can use in your classroom. So again, we encourage you to go on our website and take a peek at those lessons and see what you might be able to use to prepare for the fall. Now, our third tip for you to jumpstart your program for the 2017-2018 school year is a webinar that we presented recently in which we share 25 RealCare Baby tips in 30 minutes. We actually presented a webinar in which 2 seasoned baby users plus an account manager from RealityWorks who's been with us for years and years share 25 separate tips. That is a plethora of information. Ideas for lessons, activities, field trips, and more in 1 half-hour webinar. This is chock full of information and ideas that you can implement right away come your fall school year. So again, this is available online in our on-demand webinar section. We really recommend that you take a peek, take a minute or 2 to watch this. It's a great way to get some ideas to jumpstart your program and boost student engagement. So now that we've shared some resources and some tips and tricks for you to really jumpstart your program, we just want to briefly share some other new and exciting products from RealityWorks. We have recently expanded our offerings for health occupations and FACS programs with a variety of different hands-on learning aids. And we just wanted to take a moment to make you aware of a few of these key resources that you can use to expand some of the lessons you're already addressing. So on your screen in front of you is an overview of all the new products and programs that we've recently debuted. All of these, just like Baby, include that comprehensive curriculum and easy to implement classroom activities, that you're already familiar with thanks to Baby. Now, of course, we're excited about everything you see on your screen, but I do just want to quickly highlight 3 products in particular. The first is the food safety kit, which you see in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. That's a new tool that we developed for culinary education programs, and it uses interactive activities to address basic food safety and handling techniques. This is a ready-to-use activity-based kit that includes everything you need to address those basic topics. In that same vein, we have our employability skills program, which you see in the lower right. That's a great tool that we developed to help educators across a variety of CTE pathways address soft skill development in their classroom. This is something you can use whether you only have 1 hour a week to address soft skills, or if you are using or doing a whole unit on those career preparation skills. This kit, like the food safety kit, comes with everything you need to address those skills: curriculum, activities, and assessment tools. Finally, I just want to highlight this Infant Health and Safety Pack right here on your screen. That's a program that we created using 2 mannequins you may already be familiar with, the Choking Baby and the Resusci CPR Baby. And we took those mannequins and we paired them with learning aids. We paired them with curriculum, posters, scenario cards, and these wonderful student workbooks that your students can use as resources for years to come to help address lessons related to infant safety and first aid procedures. So again, another great career preparation tool that comes with everything you need to address those lessons. Finally, we just want to take a moment to discuss a brand new product that we created for users who, for RealCare Baby users, our RealCare Baby Experience Student Workbooks. These are a resource that we created using the curriculum you're already familiar with, the curriculum that comes with Baby. But we've made these workbooks into like a one-stop shop for the lessons and the activities and the resources that you use so often every time you deploy Baby. In these workbooks, you'll find activities, you'll find checklists, you'll find assessment rubrics, you'll find parent permission slips, all of those resources that you're already using every day. We've put them all together into one easy to use a workbook. And we are in fact offering a special offer on these workbooks. Through this month, you can actually get half off these workbooks. You can get more details right on our website about that promotion. So with that, we'll go ahead and open it up to any questions that you might have. Thank you to everyone who took the time to join our webinar today. We really appreciate you taking the time to hear what we have to say. And again, we'll be following up today's recording with an email that contains links to all of these great resources that we shared. Thank you very much.